Alright guys, today I'm doing an unboxing of the new iPod Shuffle. I bought it on the first day, actually the evening after the September 1st event where they released, or they didn't release, but they announced all the new iPods and iTunes 10, Apple TV, and all that good stuff. So then it was supposed to come on Friday, but apparently got here early and got here Wednesday. I've also seen some new videos up on YouTube already of the iPod Touch 4. So I assume that this is when all the new Apple products get here would be today. And I already cut off all the tape on this box. I haven't even opened it yet, but it's still kind of hard. And I'm recording this video with my iPhone 2G. So the quality is going to be pretty crappy, and so is the angle, because I don't have a tripod for it. The thing ripped off the back, that's just from Apple. It's on the outside of the box. Whatever. It still has a bunch of cardboard on it, but yeah, it's just probably some legal stuff, something about the shipping, and I'll just read that later. But here's the actual box. It's a pretty big box, and just for this little bitty iPod Shuffle that's inside. But yeah, that's all that's in the box. Pretty much destroyed that. Alright. And so this is pretty much what it is. There's this little white plastic right here. Take that off. And then this is the 2 gig model. The only reason I bought this was for when I'm mowing yards, because that's what I do. Like for money and stuff. I would just want this. And I have more than 2 gigs of songs, but I'm just not going to be able to put as many songs on there at one time. But it's only $50, so who cares? This thing does look really cool. It just says iPod Shuffle right there. 2 gig. Alright. Now I gotta figure out how to open this. And it just pops off. Normally all the other boxes, it's like a swivel. That just pops off. There's another sticker here in the back. And this slides off. I guess it came around the front and hooked it into this little clip to keep it on there. And you probably definitely can't see this. I did the engraving actually for once, and it is free, so I just thought whatever. And yeah, you definitely can't read that. It is really small. I don't know why they didn't make it any bigger. But it says Jason Mullen, which is my name. You can see the line, you just can't see what it says. And here's the little clip. It's pretty infamous on the iPod Shuffle. You just clip it to your sleeve or something. And this is aluminum, like all the other iPods pretty much. Basically, this is just a combination of the last iPod Shuffle and the one before that. And the new iPod Nano is a combination of like the iPod Touch and one of these. It's just a touchscreen one that's like probably a little bigger than this. And this thing is so much bigger than the previous generation. Like the other one was probably just a little bit taller than this and like a third of the size. It was just like a little rectangle. My brother had one. It's kind of stupid. But if you compare this to the even one before that, which it looks a lot alike, it's probably about half the size. So they went down in size compared to the previous style that they had. And here on the top, like there's the play and forward, backward, and the volume up and down. And then there's the earphone jack. And there's a little dot next to it. Ooh, that's not good. And I assume that would be a microphone. I don't know what for. And there's this little button right here. I don't know what that is. It might be voiceover. And then right here it looks like the little lock button to where it doesn't do anything if you hit in the buttons. If you go in the middle, it'll do one thing. If you go all the way over, I think that just shuffles through all your songs, and this middle one, I guess it would just play it normally, and all the way over will be off, because this isn't a mic, actually. I just figured out, because if I turn it on, then that green light pops up, but then it goes off, and whenever I click, it clicks, or it blinks orange. And I assume maybe that could be a battery indicator in the future, or if it's not ready. I'm going to read the instructions. And so I'm going to put that aside, and further here in the box, it just says start here. Open that up. And that's a bunch of boring stuff. I'm not going to show that to you. That's going to be the instructions, and then here are the Apple earphones. A lot of people say really crappy, but I like them. They're pretty good for being free, and they look the same as all the other previous ones pretty much. I knew they updated their earphones like a couple years back, but it looks pretty much the same. But one thing I really was disappointed with this was the last iPod Shuffle came with the earphones with the mic and the little remote, like the volume up and down and the pause, and that's just how you controlled it. And it also came with a mic on those. I really wanted a mic to come with these, but it's just the normal earphones. And then the one thing left in the box would be the USB, which is kind of weird looking, but it's the same it's always been pretty much. USB on one end, earphone jack on the other. I don't know if this works like other iPods, which would be pretty cool if it did, because I don't like my long USB cord, but it's just a really small USB. It just plugs in the earphone, and then the other end just goes into your USB slot, and that's how it charges. And I don't know how to check the battery level, unless that little light is going to indicate it. Because that was one thing I never really bought the iPod Shuffle, because I could never tell the battery, and if it was just going to die on me randomly, like in the middle of a long road trip or something like that. But whatever, so that's it. Thanks guys for watching the video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and donate.